The camera pans across a marble-floored mansion glowing under warm sunset light. Inside the silent kitchen, a woman crouches behind the counter, trembling, clutching a half-eaten sandwich. Then, the kitchen lights flick on. Standing there is Ethan Walker, the millionaire owner of the house, dressed in his crisp suit, phone in one hand, confusion written across his face. "Maria? What are you doing?" The maid freezes. Her eyes widen. Tears roll down her cheeks. The sandwich slips from her hand and hits the floor. But what Ethan discovers next will break your heart. Before we dive into this powerful true story of kindness, redemption, and the human spirit. Backhand index pointing right, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles, and turn on notifications, because today's story will stay with you long after it ends. The beginning. Ethan Walker wasn't just any millionaire. He was known in Chicago for building a billion-dollar tech empire from his garage. The media called him the man who never sleeps. But inside that mansion, despite all the glass walls and shining chandeliers, there was only silence. No laughter. No family. No warmth. His wife had passed away 5 years earlier. His teenage son lived in a boarding school. The house was huge, yet empty. So when Ethan hired Maria Sanchez, a 42-year-old maid from Texas, she brought something the house hadn't seen in years: care. She moved quietly, cleaned carefully, and treated every corner like it mattered. She never complained, never asked for more. But Ethan noticed something strange. The suspicion. One night, Ethan came home early from a meeting. The mansion was dark except for a faint light coming from the kitchen. He heard a sound, a soft clink, like a spoon hitting glass. When he walked in, he saw the refrigerator door closing and a shadow moving quickly behind the counter. It was Maria. She wasn't supposed to be there after hours. He paid her well, $200 a day, plus meals during her shifts. So what was she doing sneaking food at midnight? At first, Ethan thought it was nothing. But curiosity gnawed at him. The next night, he checked the security camera feed. And there she was, crouching in the same spot, quietly eating leftovers from his plate. His expression hardened. So this is what she's doing with my kindness. But something didn't add up. She looked scared. As if someone might catch her. She didn't eat like someone who was stealing, she ate like someone who hadn't eaten in days. The confrontation. The next morning, Ethan waited in the kitchen. When Maria came in, she was startled to see him there so early. "Good morning, Mr. Walker," she whispered. "Morning," he said coldly. "We need to talk." She froze. "Did I do something wrong?" Ethan crossed his arms. "You tell me. Why were you hiding here last night, eating leftovers from the trash?" Her eyes widened. "Sir, I wasn't." "Don't lie to me, Maria. I saw the footage." Her lips trembled. Her hands shook. "Please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm." "Then explain." The room went silent. The sound of the ticking clock grew louder. Finally, she whispered, "It's for my son." Ethan frowned. "Your son?" Maria nodded slowly. "He's sick, and we don't have enough. The money I earn goes to his medicine. I only eat what's left, because I send everything else back home." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't want to steal. I was just hungry." For the first time, Ethan didn't know what to say. The hidden truth. Later that day, Ethan checked her background records, not to humiliate her, but to understand. He found out she wasn't lying. Maria's son, Daniel, was only 10 years old. He suffered from a rare heart condition. They lived in a small rented room across town. Ethan sat back in his leather chair, speechless. He remembered how, 5 years ago, when his wife was sick, he'd spent millions trying to save her, and still lost her. He felt the same helplessness now, except this time, he had the power to do something. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the look in Maria's eyes, fear mixed with shame. So the next morning, he did something unexpected. The invitation. Ethan walked into the kitchen holding a small paper bag. Inside were 2 sandwiches, neatly wrapped. "Maria," he said softly. "You forgot these yesterday." She looked confused. "Sir?" He smiled slightly. "Take them. For Daniel." Her hands shook as she took the bag. You know about him?" "Yes," Ethan replied. "And I want to help." Maria's tears fell freely. "No, sir. Please, I can't accept charity. It's not charity. It's humanity." From that day on, Ethan started to change. He arranged medical care for Daniel. He even visited their small apartment, shocking the neighbors who couldn't believe a millionaire was walking into such a poor neighborhood. The shadow of the past. But just as life seemed to brighten, a dark twist was waiting. A week later, Ethan's lawyer called him. "Sir, there's something you should know about Maria Sanchez." "What is it?" "She used to work for the Baxter family, before their house burned down 3 years ago. The police never caught who started the fire. But she was the last one seen leaving the property." Ethan's world froze. Was he being manipulated? He wanted to believe her, but doubt crept in like smoke. That night, he drove past Maria's apartment and saw her speaking to a man in a dark alley, handing him an envelope. His stomach dropped. Was she hiding something? He followed her the next day. She went to a hospital, and gave another envelope to a nurse. The discovery. Ethan couldn't hold it anymore. When she returned to the mansion, he confronted her again. "Maria, I need the truth. Are you hiding something from me?" She froze, clutching her apron. "Please, sir, not here." He slammed his hand on the counter. "Tell me." Tears streamed down her face. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" Maria took a deep breath and whispered, "The man you saw, is my husband. Or he was." Ethan blinked. "He left me years ago when Daniel got sick. But now he's back, demanding money. If I don't pay him, he says he'll take Daniel away. That's why I was giving him the envelopes. It's all the money I saved." Ethan stood frozen. His anger melted into disbelief. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I didn't want pity. I just wanted work, and a little peace." The silence that followed was heavy, almost sacred. Ethan looked down, and for the first time, he felt something he hadn't felt in years. Compassion. He realized the woman he doubted had more courage than most millionaires he knew. The turning point. That night, Ethan made a decision. He called his lawyer again. "I want to set up a trust fund. For Daniel Sanchez. Full medical coverage, education, everything." "Are you sure, sir?" "That's quite a sum." "I'm sure." But fate wasn't done testing them yet. The next morning, as Ethan was about to tell Maria the news, he found her lying unconscious on the kitchen floor, a note in her trembling hand. It read. He took Daniel. The man, her estranged husband, had kidnapped their son. And that's where the real story begins.